Attention class, I'm Bill Nye, the pretzel guy. And I was terrified to give this speech by myself. So I brought in a friend to help me. If I can get him to come up here. This one to come up. Kelly, help me with this pen. My friend Cammy, the Chameleon, is going to help me today to explain my communication style, plus how I've used that style in my work life in certain situations, kind of modifying my style so I could survive and not be attacked. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests, today I want to do two things. I want to share my communication style with you, and secondly, I want to outline specific experiences that I've had using my communication style and altering it for different communication people that I work with. Now, my primary communication style is the ability to put people at ease and be comfortable. It's a very supportive style. And this style enables me to work as part of a group. In my work experience, I've always been recognized in performance appraisals for being good as a team and working as a teammate and getting along well with others. I've collaborated well. That's my primary, so it's supportive. My secondary communication skill, kind of tied with the first, is the initiating skill. I'm not afraid to walk up to strangers, introduce myself, and start talking to them. I've done that. It embarrasses my wife, but I do it anyway. Sometimes I'm accused of not talking too much. Well, that's okay, because I don't listen that well. And my wife knows that too. Okay, I guess okay. All right. So my communication skills are enthusiastic, energetic, spontaneous, and fun-loving. A number of years ago, I was working at a grocery store. I was the wine steward, and my manager and I were there with a customer who came in, Roger, who came in a lot, like every day. And he noticed that our cold box had changed, where we keep the cold wine. He said, wait a minute, you have a lot more Chardonnay than you used to. The boss looked at him, he said, no, it's the same, it's the same. My boss was the director. And Roger said, no, it's different. There's more Chardonnay, for sure. And the boss said, it's exactly the same. Bottom line, it's exactly the same. Me, normally being the team player, would side with the boss. In this instance, I sided with the customer, even though I knew the customer was wrong. I said, yeah, you're right, it is. At that, my boss turned and walked away, as I knew he would, because he was on to the next task, and he could care less, and he'd probably forget the thing even happened. I wouldn't have, but he did. The second experience I'd like to share with you is the experience I had when I was doing a training for some agents. And I handled the questions as they came in. Anybody have questions? Yeah, okay, you, okay. All of a sudden, my boss asked me a question. Some obscure part of my presentation that he took issue with, and he wanted to find out more. He was the analytical type, the other type of communicator. He wanted more information. I, being my style, thought, what are you doing? You're sabotaging the team. Are you trying to embarrass me? He was kind of that kind of a guy who would do that. Now, I took a breath and said, you know, Ron, I think you're right. That deserves further exploration. I am going to get back to you with some additional information by next Friday. And that ended the situation. So those different characters that I have My opposites, I guess, are the director. You know the guy, the bottom line, I want it now, right now. That guy, and of course, Alice in accounting. Bill, we need that spreadsheet that you need to get me for your accounting and your expenses for this month. I haven't seen it. I don't mean to bother you too much, but yeah, if you could get it, that would be great. So there it was, the different communication styles, modifying my style. Did you ever notice that sometimes some people you talk to, you get along with real well, right away you're like best friends? Other people, hey, what's wrong with that guy? What's wrong with her? My goodness. Sometimes that's because your styles match, but they don't always match. So you have to be aware of that and then kind of modify your style a little bit, like my friend the Chameleon, and how he modifies his style. Go ahead, page 2, sorry. I lost my slides. Okay, go back, I'm sorry. Sorry.
We're having an epic failure, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay, that's okay. And so this is just a quick how to deal with other styles. And so for when you have somebody who's the director type, they want information, they want it now, they don't want a long explanation, just get to the point, get to the point. I'm busy, I got stuff to do, there's my phone. That kind of person. The analytical, which we've talked about, who needs lots of data, lots of data, keep it coming. And then the supportive, who is more about the team than me, more about the team. And the initiator, who has ideas, who has enthusiasm, who has energy, who gets things done, who involves people and connects with people. And so, my last, you could put up the last guy if he's up there. Anyway, back to the chameleon. So when you're in situations where you're dealing with different types, think of my chameleon up here, because he is always changing to blend into the background. The same for you. You need to blend in with the other style. Not so easy to do in the moment. Not so easy to do in the moment, but ask yourself the questions. What could I have done differently? How could I have made a difference? And think about the chameleon. Sometimes it's good to change your style. Madam Toastmaster.